This particular room was our playroom. The reason I made it over was because it just was not functioning for our family whatsoever. It was just really a mess all the time, and I think a lot of people can relate to that, having a space that just doesn't function well or that just kind of becomes a catch-all for junk and just storage and stuff like that. It was a combination guest room, playroom. And I wanted to turn it into more of a hangout space since my kids were getting older. My oldest is a teenager now, and they really just needed a cool, fun space to hang out. I start by creating a mood board, and that kind of has the design of the room, the general vibe that I want to go for, and design elements that I want to bring into the space. The first step was to clean everything out, get the room as empty as possible. We donated a lot of stuff, and then we threw away a lot of stuff that just couldn't be donated. One section had an old futon. There were toys everywhere without any really good storage solution. And then there was an old bed in there. Everything was mismatched. It was just clutter. I kind of broke the room up into stations. I knew I wanted to have an area for my kids to sit and read. I knew they wanted an area to kind of lounge and play video games. They're all very creative. They like to make things, so I wanted a little art station. And then we needed toy storage. And then I had to decide what pieces I was going to keep that we already had, what I wanted to build, and then what I wanted to maybe thrift or make over to incorporate into the space to save money. We did buy a new sofa and rug and light fixture and things like that, and then I decided I was going to build a little sort of miniature day bed for them to use as a little reading nook in the corner. The first thing I did once I knew what I wanted to buy and what I wanted to make was start building. I built the daybed, and that was an opportunity for me to upcycle our old crib mattress since my kids were older and it just kind of seemed to be going to waste. I could throw it away or donate it, but I decided to use it for this project. I came up with a plan for the daybed based on the size of the crib mattress. I scribbled it out on a piece of paper what I wanted it to look like and then measured the dimension that I would need for that corner. And then I used hardwood plywood, which is about 3/4 of an inch thick, so it's really sturdy. And I built little cubbies underneath the mattress and little armrests on each side so they can just sit and lounge. And I knew that they needed a little bit of storage underneath, that we could put little baskets or books or whatever. So I had a general idea of what I wanted it to look like and just played around until it looked the way I saw it in my head. The coffee table was just a really simple design. It's like a little slatted coffee table with hairpin legs. I ordered the hairpin legs just off Amazon and then built the coffee table top and attached it, which is a really easy way to build a table of any kind. You can always order prefabricated legs online and then just build whatever tabletop you want. The legs, I want to say were maybe $40, and then to build the top, I used scrap wood that I already had on hand, but maybe you could probably do the whole thing for $50 or $60. I built a large-scale piece of abstract art for the wall. I do these pieces a lot for my home because art can be very expensive, and if you make your own, it's a lot cheaper. So I build the canvas and the frame and everything. So I start with 1x2 boards, and I make a frame, and then I use a drop cloth as the canvas and stretch it and use a staple gun to build the actual canvas. And then I use 1x2 pieces of wood for the frame, and I spray paint that gold, and then I just paint an abstract design on the canvas. So for the TV stand and their little video game area, I just sort of repurposed an old dresser that I found on Craigslist, and I just painted it blue, and it was just a really fun pop of color in the room, and it was really, really budget friendly. I did a bookshelf using pipe, little pieces of pipe that I spray painted gold, and it's like for toy storage and book storage. I just used 1x lumber and made kind of 3 boxes and then connected them using pieces of pipe that I screwed together onto the shelves and spray painted those gold. I get my ideas from all over the place. I get inspired from all different types of things, but the bottom line for me really is I try to find ways to save money. So if I can find a way to build something in a creative way that's gonna save me a lot of money, then I'll try a little bit of everything. Sometimes I'll see a picture of something I think is really cool and I'm like, I think I can make that for way cheaper than they're selling it for. And so I'll try to modify it and make it my own and put my own spin on it and build it my own way. I think a great place to start is actually furniture makeovers. Like if you've never built anything yourself before, it can seem really intimidating. So that's a great place to start, is just by transforming something. You can go to a thrift store or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and just find a cheap piece of furniture and then turn it into something totally new and unique and custom. I think it's really important to show people that you can have a beautiful home without spending tons and tons of money. It's important to me. And for me, I have found ways to create that high-end look without having to spend a ton of money. And I really want to just show people that if I can do these things, anyone can do it. I want to inspire people to give it a try and to challenge themselves. And I hope people enjoy seeing what I've done, and I hope that they're inspired to give it a try.